here are some core conditioning exercises that will help you in your inversion training. Or it could just be like a fun core workout. So let's start by warming up your wrists. So come onto all fours. And you're going to start to just shift forwards and back. So you feel the weight shifting from your knuckles to the back of your hands, to your fingertips. And then shift from side to side and feel how the weight shifts from one edge of your hand to another. And then make circles one way and just be aware of how the weight is shifting around the edges of your hands. And notice if you have any tendency to lift one knuckle and then shift it and then circle the other way. And I have a tendency to lift my right index knuckle, so for example, and I have to very consciously root that back down because it's super important. It connects to my shoulders, that line of muscle engagement. Okay. And then from there, sit your hips back and tuck your toes. So drag your hands in, bring the back of your hands onto the floor like this and extend your arms straight. Make a fist and release. Make a fist and release. Again, make a fist and release. Good. Bring the fingers and point them towards your knees and then sink your hips back again. And you can sink back and forth and feel the stretch in your forearms. Okay. And then come off and circle your wrist down. So we'll go between working the core and accessing your shoulders and your lats. And then just working the core in isolation. So let's do some stretches to begin with. Come into downward facing dog. Press the ground away and draw the front ribs back and then balance it out and feel the center of your body. Send the right leg up as you inhale. Pull your knee into your navel, round your spine and shift your weight into your hands. And again, inhale, send the weight back. And exhale, pull the knee into your navel. One more, inhale. And exhale, put it in. Hold here, look ahead, and step your right foot forwards between your hands. Round your spine, square your hips, sink your hips, lift your chest. And again, round. And extend. One more, pull everything in. And extend. Straighten the right leg any amount. Pull your right toes back. And then start to draw the whole right thigh bone back so you can swing your hips slightly to the left and extend your chest forward. You can walk your hands under your shoulders to feel that little bit more stretch in the back body. So what you want to feel is this line that you're stretching all the way up your hamstrings, up your back, all the way into the crown of your head. Hold. And then rebend your knees and drop the back knee down. Straighten the right leg again. Walk your hands till they come under your shoulders and extend your chest forwards. Pull all 5 toes back towards your face. Hold. And again, you want to drag the whole right thigh bone back. Stay here or start to compress. So pull the leg up and pull the leg towards you and extend your chest forwards. Hold. Drop your heel down and come forwards. Drop your hands down and step back, plank. That whole plank. So think about balancing between protracting too much and retracting too much. So somewhere in the middle. Keep your legs nice and strong. Breathe in. And exhale, lower down. Come onto your forearms. And extend your chest forwards when your elbows are slightly in front of your shoulders. Breathe in. And down. Good. Stretch your leg bones back. And you're going to start to pull your ribs up. Pull the hip bones off the floor, pull the thighs off the floor and hold here so you're quite low. Lengthen your tailbone, then squeeze your elbows towards each other. Hold, hold. And again, pull the front ribs towards each other. And exhale. Release. You can come onto your hands and stretch the belly and stretch your legs back at the same time. Roll the shoulders down. And release. Good. Come into downward facing dog. Send your left leg up. Knee to navel, pull it in. And left leg up. Knee to navel. Left leg up. Knee to navel, hold. Lift up a bit more and step your left foot forwards. Lift your chest, look ahead, round your spine, square your hips. Extend and expand. Pull it in. Extend and expand. Hold here, straighten the left leg, pull your left toes back. If you like, walk your hands a little back, swing your hips to the right, and keep drawing your whole left thigh bone up. Extend your chest forwards, and again, you shouldn't feel too much tension like you're trying to tear something. You should just feel a nice stretch sensation. Breathe in and down. Another breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Bend that left knee and drop the right knee down. If you're very open, you might have to move that right knee a little bit back and then pull the left thigh bone back. Walk your hands so they come under your shoulders and extend your chest forwards. You're going to feel like you're pushing the heel down and pulling this whole left thigh bone back as you pull the little toe towards your ears. Breathe in. And then maybe you compress and pull that leg up. You're going to feel like you're hollowing your groins. And then place your heel down. Come forwards, place your hands down and step back, plank and hold. Again, you're accessing, so arms are pushing away, ribs are pulling up and towards each other, but heart is melting and lower down. Come into your forearms. Let's do the same thing. Hold here, squeeze the shoulders back, find your breath first, and then inhale, pull the ribs up, peel your hips up, peel your thighs up, hold here, squeeze your elbows towards the midline, hold. Feet are active, ribs are pulling up, and then release. Good, counter pose, push into the floor. You don't have to straighten your arms or walk your hands more forwards if your sacrum feels pinched, and stretch out the belly. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Good. Come up onto all fours and take it into downward facing dog. So this exercise here looks like this. From down dog, you're going to shift into plank. You're going to come onto your forearms and take one leg up. And then you come forwards and take it into chaturanga. Pull the knee into your chest, round, and take it back into plank. Right? Here we go. So left side. From plank, drop your forearms, lift the left leg up. Come forward, back onto your hands, chaturanga. Knee into your navel, pull in, and take it back into plank, extend the heart forwards. Here we go. Onto your forearms, right leg up. Pull forwards, chaturanga. Knee to chest, push away, and plank. Again, left leg up, forearms down. Chaturanga, come forwards. Knee to chest, head to knee, and extend. Good. Again, forearms, right leg up. Knee to chest, chaturanga. Sorry. Knee to chest, plank, and take it back. One more on each side. Forearms down, left leg back. Come forwards onto your hands, lower down. Knee to chest, pull it in, and back into plank. Last one. Forearms down, right leg up. Knee to chest, sorry, chaturanga. Knee to chest, pull it in, and plank, lower all the way down. So extend your arms out to the side, and you're going to come onto the left arm and send your right leg behind you. Come into your belly, go to the right side. And go into the belly. Cross your elbows in front of you like this and drop your head down. So you're like chin over your elbows, palms turned open. And then change the other elbow on top. And come up. So we're going to take it off the shoulders for a moment. Stretch into child's pose. And come onto your back. So you're going to grab a block. Bring the block onto the sole of your foot, one foot, any one you choose. And your hand's going to come behind your head. And what's happening here is I'm going to roll my shoulders off the floor and push my leg into the block, so I feel like my tailbone is already off. So this is tailbone down. And this is tailbone up. So you're not trying to pull the legs closer towards you, but more upwards, and you feel the lower belly engaged. So here we go. Roll the shoulders up and push. If you feel this already, hold here. Otherwise, left leg down. 10, 9. Keep pushing the block away. 8, 7, 6, 5, make sure your elbows are out to the side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And push up and release. So grab the block. Maybe bring the block onto your sacrum, so the flat part of your back. Extend your legs forwards, have your feet wide, and then reach your arm bones overhead. If you want to shoulder stretch, cactus your arms. Breathe into your belly. If this is uncomfortable, bend your knees a little bit. And then press into your feet and change. So the block now is going to go onto the other foot. Doesn't matter which one, so you're going to work both. Bring your hands behind your head. It supports the length in your neck. So adjust that. Here we go. Roll the shoulders up, push the block away, and go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, arm bones out, and just create that length in your belly. If you need more, just stretch and like arch your back a little. And breathe big belly breaths into your abdominals. Clear that tension from the muscles that's just been on fire. And then don't cool down too much, so when you're ready, take the block out. But if you need more time, obviously just pause the video and come back into it. So you have a choice here. The hands can go onto your sacrum for double leg lifts. If this still feels too much, then go into like bend, extend, and little extend, and then so leg lifts like this. If this is good, arms by your side. This is good. Arms up alongside your ears. And if this is good, to go with this one. Upper abdominals, lower abdominals working. So test it out and see what is good for you. And it might be that you could do like even 3 good strong ones today, and that's fine. So don't force it. If you start to switch off and use other muscles and it feels strained, change to another expression of the work and let it go completely if you have to. So here we go. Legs up, your choice. Legs extended, inner legs reaching towards your big toe. Breathe in, exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pull up, hold, and release. Can block onto your sacrum, or you can come into bridge pose if that feels more comfortable for you. So if you come here and you're going high like I am, and you're on your neck, please come down and drop the block 1 notch. Big breaths into your belly. And then bend your knees, take the block out of the way, drop your hips down, cactus your arms, separate your feet as wide as your mat, and windshield wiper your knees. Take your knees over to one side and hold. And bring it up, take it to the other side and hold. And pull it back up. Bring your knees into your chest. Give it a little hug. Head to your knee. And rock up. So back to the shoulders. Let's do some dolphins. Now let's do this. So it's plank to forearm drops. And what you want to avoid is pushing with your arms and maintaining that plank shape in your body. So it looks like this. So from plank, now drop onto your forearms, push up. So if you're pushing up, it's gonna start to look like this. So you're gonna start to like this. So try to stay in that plank shape throughout. And again, if you can do like 2 to 3 good ones, just aim for like, improvement as opposed to repetition numbers. Here we go. Drop down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then change. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hold, hold, and release. Little Sphinx pose or Cobra pose. And release. Take a pause. If you have your head turned one way, turn it the other way. Lovely. And then roll up. Cross your ankles behind you and roll back to sit. Here we go. So, compression will come into boat pose to begin with. So pull your knees towards you. Actually, if you like, you can hold the block between your thighs, like so, and maintain a space between your knees and your feet. That is the distance of the block. So this is good exercise to access your inner thighs and your lower abdominals. So reach your arms forwards and pull the legs up and stretch. Reach away, reach, reach. Compress, pull in, hold. Great. Bend your knees, place your foot down and lift your hips up. And release down. The second one, maybe you want to hold a brick between your feet but without knocking your knees together. So again, maintaining the space between your knees and your thighs, the distance of the block. And hold, reach, reach. And 10 breaths. Lift your chest. Bend your knees. Bring the hands behind you and lift your hips up. Get your thighs high, push the ground away. And come down. So the last little one is a little fun one. You're going to balance the block on top of your head. Unless you've got like a cone-shaped head, that's not so practical. It won't be able to balance the block on your head. And the block is going to remind you to push, to lift your head into the block, and it creates a lot of length in your spine. So you're going to balance and bring your legs up, compress, reach into the big toe side of your feet and press your head into the block. 5, keep reaching your neck long. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Down and again. Come up into a tabletop, hold, and let go. So we're going to come into these V-ups. So let's go with wide legs to begin with. So it's coming up this way, 2 that way. I'm so proud of it. So let's go together. Ready? 10 rounds. 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Hollow. Pull the ribs down. Stretch your inner legs back. Stretch your arms back, hold, 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 and release. So, do what feels good for your body to release the tension in your belly. Some twists would be nice. I'm just too lazy to grab my block right now. And when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest and rock up to sit. Final one. Let's come into some dolphin presses. So when you press up again, just pay attention to what's happening in your ribs so that you're not just pressing with your arm and everything else is turned up. So you want to think about lifting the ribs and your hips up and your arms are just assisting you. So the first action comes from your torso. So link your fingers in front of you like you're about to do headstand. Come into dolphin down dog. So this is what I mean by letting the belly go. So pull everything to the center and keep that shape. So you're going to walk more forwards. Keep that shape and that awareness in your rib cage, in your torso, in your abdominals. So here we go. 10. Chin over your hands if you can. 9. 8. Keep pressing your arms forwards and down. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Press away. Drop your knees down. Sink your hips back. Walk your hands forwards. And bring your hands onto your shoulders, to your shoulder blades. And maybe crawl your elbows more forwards for a little stretch. And then slowly roll up. So here are some headstand drills for you that will help you towards finding your line to balance in forearm stand and eventually, well, I guess they're all progressions. Handstand line is a little different, so it's more for forearm stand and headstand. So the first one, we're going to do these kind of L scissor lifts, and then I'll show you scissor lifts first. So you choose your hands. You should, if you're doing this drill, link your fingers and take your little finger under so you create a flat surface in your hands. Without measuring your elbows this way, pull your elbows close together, super close together. See, this is my shoulder distance apart and they're closer than my shoulder distance. They will start to flare out, so just trust it for a moment and bring it closer together. Bring the crown of your head down. I'm going to take one leg up, any leg you like, and take 5 on each round. So press it up, change, 1. You don't have to touch the floor, you could just be here, your max. 2. child's pose. And rise up. Check in with your neck. So you have a choice. You can stay with this hand, or you can try come into tripod, and for most people tripod is a little easier for the double leg presses, but you could do single leg also if you are not ready yet to come into double leg. So if you are continuing it with single legs, maybe try single leg tripod. You can try it this way. So if you're ready to come in, just come and do it. You can again single leg, but maybe if you can tap and tap. Or maybe you're doing doubles. Pay attention to your head, to your neck, sorry. Do it slow, maybe just do 5 doubles. When you've completed 5 rounds, stay, hold, 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 and slowly again lowering down into Charles. You can let your head drop one way, arms by your side, let it go. Turn your head the other way. And roll up. So for today's drill, you can work close to a wall for this, or you can try to start to press up from your headstand. And this will be the last drill for this video I am going to give you. You could, so at the end of this, if your energy is allowing you to, you should continue with the last drill. Maybe I'll give you 2, 1 kick and 1 press. So here's the press. There's you can either press from straight legs or bent knees. So maybe try straight legs for today. So you need to come into headstand in traditional way, so headstand A. And you could start with headstand on your forearms if you've already been doing that, because it's easier to press. From there you can come into this hand expression also, which is like palms together, index finger forwards, thumbs forwards, and little finger, pinky finger together and down on the floor. So come up into the headstand first. Whoop. Don't know why I chose this way to come up. And once you're balanced in your headstand, you're going to root the shoulders down towards your elbows. Find that balance. And slowly you can drag your head along your thumbs and keep lifting your legs, like you're pushing your legs up towards the sky to press your head off your forearms and hold. You can work towards looking forwards or just looking straight. So this is one way to press. And again, if you work close to the wall, preferably pressing without putting your legs on the wall, because you lose the line a little bit when you put your legs on the wall. So it's better if you come to the line first and press up from the line. And it doesn't matter how many times you fall off. Falling off is going to inform your body where to go the next time. So allow the body to fall off. If you have a healthy back, you can try it the scorpion way, because counterbalance, sometimes it's easier than finding a straight line. So if you're doing it that way, again, any hand position that you feel most comfortable with. So I'm going to go with this hand position, and again, you can be close to a wall if you need to, so that your feet will come to the wall if you overcook it. So again, coming up to headstand to begin with, and this time I'm going to bring my knees behind me, and already I'm going to start to arch my back, and my big toes come side by side and they reach away. So as they reach away, I'm going to drag my head up, push my forearms down and drag my head up along my thumbs, and I'm going to pause at each section to feel where I need the counterweight to be. And I'm going to keep stretching my legs back, push my shoulders down, and eventually pull my head up and come into the scorpion pose. Shoulders pressing down, chest lifting up, feet are actively reaching back, and hold. So for today, these are the drills. Just see how the press works. I can show you against the mirror. I think you can still see me. So I'll show you how you can press from scorpion into the mirror. I think with scorpion you don't lose the line so much. So you could get your head down and come into your headstand, and then bring your feet behind you and tap your tippy toe onto the mirror. And as you push away, so don't push your hips that way, push to lift your head up, and then allow your weight to come forwards. And then take one foot away, and then tippy toe off to find your balance. So always use your tippy toe. So remember, don't push your weight away, push and resist going backwards. So as you push, you resist your hips back that way. Otherwise you'll keep falling, your legs will keep falling down this way. So alternatively, you're going to face away from the mirror, and you're going to bring your hands down and still maybe start with your head down. Bring your feet, you may have to go closer, so just find the position that gives you the line, like this. You can take one foot back or straight line, no choice, and push your head off the ground. Just have a feel what that feels like, and see if that will work for you, and then do it both sides. So take it off, find a line, push your head off, have a feel, and put it back down. That is also a way you can think about balancing in free space, if you like. Cool. So these are like the few drills that you can do after your core work, and then if you continue to have energy, you can think about jumping. So you can eat, again, I would prefer if you practice jumping, if you jump close to your wall, every time you hit the wall without balancing, come back down. So don't come to the wall to balance. Use the wall as your brake, not to fall over, but not as a way to balance. So I'm going to come with my hands this way. So you're going to take, and as always, the top leg. It's not going to do any kicking. The top leg is just going to extend, and the bottom leg kicks. So, micro adjustments happen in the pose to feel where you can adjust, shift At the end of your practice, please take a few stretches for your shoulder. Anyway, that feels nice to release. So these are a few things I'm showing you so you can pause the video and sort it out when you are satisfied. Cool. So, thank you. Namaste. Thank you for trying out the drills. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop me a message. Enjoy. Keep going. Keep going.